Hi everyone, welcome into my kitchen. Today we're going to do a little update on my Chinese bayberry. It is known as Myrica rubra and also commonly known as Yangmei. Now, some of you may remember a video I did 10 months ago, and this was me potting up my little Yangmei seedlings. Today we're going to show you what has transpired in 10 months. First of all, let's do a little background into what Yangmei fruit is for those of you who are hearing about this for the very first time. This is a tree and fruit that originates in East Asia and South China. It is also an evergreen tree, which makes it a beautiful tree to grow, especially in areas where you can grow it year-round outside. And for those of us who can't, then of course it grows indoors with us. I have found for myself personally that it is one of the more difficult seeds to grow. For those of you who haven't seen the fruit, I will have some pictures up on the screen for you to look at, but Yangmei fruit is quite beautiful. It's a drupe style fruit similar to cherries where you have one pit in the center. You will usually find the fruit to be of a crimson red color. However, it can also be anywhere from purple to white. And speaking of white fruit, I was able to find some white Yangmei and also have my little seeds in a bag. So I'll show you that at the end. Now with this tree here, for those of you who did see my video 10 months ago, you are noticing I had 5 little Yangmei seedlings that I did pot up into larger containers. In the 1 year from when I started the seeds to that video, they were very slow growing. So if there is any plant out there that you need to have a lot of patience with, it would be Yangmei. Now, since that video was made, 4 of them did not make it. Like I say, this is a very tough plant I have found to grow, so I am fortunate enough to still have 1 here. And let me get a little closer. So as you can kind of see from the very top of the plant, which looks absolutely beautiful, the leaves are this gorgeous green. It's putting on a lot of new growth. And in the last 10 months, it's put on substantial growth. Okay, so I'm gonna try to give you an idea. Of course, I'm in my kitchen, so it's a little bit harder to film, but you can see the beautiful top of the plant here. This particular plant, as we come down, you'll see here we've got a couple, well, 3 areas here where it has branched out. And each of those, of course, is putting on its own leaves. It loses a lot of leaves as well. So I am unfamiliar with, like you'll see the browning here on the sides. I'm not sure what is causing that. If any of you have grown it or are growing it and actually know what's going on, I'd love to hear. But through the winter time, I hate to say how many leaves I've lost because it's a substantial amount, and I really thought I was going to lose my plant as I wasn't able to figure out what was deficient, I guess. But it seems like, because like even here, this one here easily popped off. And again, you can see that the leaves themselves have this interesting browning and green in the center, so it doesn't seem like it's a deficiency. Perhaps I'm overwatering or underwatering, but this is something that I've been dealing with. Because we're inside, perhaps it's also not getting the amount of sunlight it requires. I do keep it up against a south-facing window, so it does get the most amount of light I can give it without having additional lighting. But otherwise, this is our February update. I will do another update in May for the 1 year since my last video update, and then hopefully by then we'll have some really good information that we've gathered about its growth and now that it's going outside. Right now we are the end of February and the weather has been pretty mild, but not mild enough for me to put our Yangmei out. It goes out the same time as my citrus seedlings, so we're looking at probably the end of March. Okay, so we have to talk about the white Yangmei fruit. So this is really exciting. I didn't actually know Yangmei came in different colors. The fruit was absolutely delicious. I will show you some videos here on the screen. So again, I started off with my wet paper towel method, and then these will soon get potted into containers where hopefully they will grow into beautiful little seedlings. Okay, so maybe it's a little hard to see. I'm going to try to properly zoom in here for you guys. All right, so here are my white Yangmei seeds. As you can see, just like a cherry pit, and they're quite soft, so I'm hoping that this is starting to break down their outer shell. The brown specks around the paper towel, I actually use cinnamon to help prevent any fungus from growing, and that seems to do a really good job for me. So I'll keep you guys updated with our white Yangmei, and I'm hoping that in the next 9 months we should have some beautiful little seedlings to showcase. So otherwise, I keep my little seedlings inside of my Ziploc bag. That goes to a warm south-facing window. Well, there you have it. A look at our Yangmei seeds and seedling. Now, I hope this has given you some hope in trying your own Yangmei seeds, whether you're going to buy them online or whether you can find them in your local grocery store. But I'd love to hear your experience with growing them. And if you are currently growing them and you do have some ideas for what is causing the brown on the leaves, please drop that down below. I'd love to hear your experience and to learn from that. So no matter what you grow, I hope you all grow what you love. See you soon.